guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match and Barcelona beat Real Mallorca 1-0 away from home, 3 points and a clean sheet secured. But of course, the performance was not the greatest on the night, but we do end this La Liga match day top of the La Liga table. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen right now. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Alejandro Balde at right back, Pique, Christensen and Jordi Alba, midfield three of Busquets, Kessie and Xavi, and a front three of Ousmane Dembele, Lewandowski and Ansu Fati, with Pedri, Raphinha, Roberto and Ferran Torres all coming on as substitutions. The only goal that was scored in this match did come from Barcelona and the star striker RL9 Robert Lewandowski. The balls were down the left hand side by Ansu Fati. There's a few body feints, opens up the space, finds Lewandowski. He's now coming down the left hand side, looks up, sees no one in the box, cuts inside, goes for goal, does a beautiful finesse bottom right hand corner and gives Barcelona the lead and also the 3 points. So overall, the team performance rating on the night, I'm going to be giving it a 6 out of 10. Now you're probably thinking, why is it not lower? It should be a 5 or a 4. Yes, we did not play well in this match. I'll be completely honest. Although there were some spells where we did play well, I think we held the ball up in this match very, very well. Mallorca didn't really get the ball that much. I'd be shocked if the possession is anything less than 60-40, to be honest. But my reason for the 6 out of 10 rating is, first of all, clean sheet. Second of all, 3 points. That's the main objective. We achieved both. And secondly, this is right after the international break. We saw Barcelona over the last few seasons. You know, we had Kounde. We beat 6-1 Real Sociedad. After the international break, we lost Kounde 2-1 and at the Camp Nou, and then we lost the league. Even last season under Xavi, we were beating Napoli 4-0, Bilbao 4-0. Everyone was catching 4-0. In national break, we came back. We were barely beating Mallorca 2-1. We beat Celta Vigo 2-1. We lost here. We lost that. So given the circumstances after international break, we suffered so many injuries. I'm going to give the team tonight the benefit of the doubt. I think, you know what, they went out there, they had the main objective, get 3 points no matter what. I think they probably would have sacrificed a clean sheet as well if needs be, but in the end for me, the most important thing was getting the win, which of course will build confidence and also build momentum. I'm not too fussed about the performance today. I've seen worse. I think the performance was more so boring than it was dreadful. Again, Barcelona just keeping the ball a lot, making the simple passes. No real risk was taken until we passed the final third, to be honest. So overall, I'm very happy. We achieved our 2 objectives in this match, which of course was a clean sheet and the 3 points. So overall for the team performance tonight, I will be giving it a 6 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player rating. So of course the goalkeeper Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, who for me gets my man of the match, and I will be giving Marc an 8 out of 10. I think without him in this game, we draw points. I think we draw without Ter Stegen in goal today. He was superb. Firstly, passing off of the back was good. Of course, went long when he had to go long, play it short when he played it short, had some great throws as well, and he did play it long when necessary. Secondly, his saves, the Lee Kang-in shot, the Mirchiki shot as well. I think the header, you had that cross that came in the middle of the net where it's, basically a sweat straight to Ter Stegen, but still made that save in between his hand and his hip. Brilliant from Ter Stegen again. He is back to his best. I think now we've kept the most clean sheets since the start of a season. I think it's now Ter Stegen's first 3 clean sheets in his Barcelona career in a row. He has not conceded in 500 minutes as well. His new personal record. Everything's going well for Ter Stegen, and for me tonight, he is the man of the match. I think without him, and you could say Lewandowski as well, we don't win this match. Overall for Marc, for me, man of the match for me, and gets an 8 out of 10. Now his center back partner in front of him, firstly on the right hand side, it was Gerard Pique, and I will give Pique a 7 out of 10 today. I think he played well. I think he started mainly, of course, to give Eric Garcia some rest, but secondly for his height. You're coming against Mirchike, whatever the striker's name is from Mallorca. Very, very tall, good aerial threat. And Pique, I think, started this match to nullify his strength. I think he did so very well. He was very quiet, the striker. He had maybe 1 header or 2 shots. I think Pique played well. His pass on the back was very, very strong. Had a few slip-ups here and there in terms of his passing, of course. I think in terms of defensive mistakes. I don't think he made any tonight, to be honest. He was, he had Alejandro Balde at right back, was playing at right back for the first time ever in his Barcelona career. I don't know if he did so as a youngster, so he had to deal with that. Deal with Dembele, of course, being man-marked a lot of the games, so always had to switch to play to Jordi Alba or Ansu Fati. I think Pique did play very well today, and I will give him a 7 out of 10, but his center-back partner in Christensen did play better, and I will give Christensen tonight an 8 out of 10. I felt so safe with Christensen. I think everything that went down the left-hand side, I'm like, yep, he's got it. I mean, his recovery pace, his tackling, his passing out from the back, his aerial threats as well. I think Christensen tonight was fantastic. Got him on a free transfer. What a bargain. I think he played so well. I'm not gonna say like more Ter Stegen. Without him, I don't think we would have won that match. Of course, we do have Araujo and Kounde both out. You can put him in there. I think they're better than Christensen, of course, but I think tonight Christensen did make his mark in that back line. I think he will be a starter for this whole entire month when fit. Of course, he could get rested here and there, but I think he played fantastically well. No problem with him. Every time the ball was with his feet, I felt very safe. And for that reason, I will give Christensen tonight an 8 out of 10. Into the fullbacks now. We're first going to start off on the left-hand side with Jordi Alba, who did play the majority of this match at left back. And for me, Jordi Alba tonight will be getting a 6 out of 10. Like the majority of this team, you will see a lot of sixes coming in very soon. Very average. Don't think he did anything great. Don't think he did anything badly. I think he did connect well with Christensen and Ansu Fati and also Xavi down that left-hand side. Didn't really misplace any passes, close to a short pass. I think long balls, of course, those come with a risk, so maybe the defender wins the header or whatever it may be. I think defensive-wise, he was okay. He did get caught out a lot on the counter-attack from Mallorca, but that's what you expect with a left back like Jordi Alba, always going forward. Played it right back for a few minutes, did okay there. To be honest, it was just bank average from Jordi Alba, and I will give him a 6 out of 10. Now at right back, who's actually a left back playing at right back, it was, of course, Alejandro Balde, and he will also get a 6 out of 10 as well. But I would say at the 2, Balde did perform better since Xavi did keep him on for the full 90 minutes. Of course, Jordi Alba came off, I think, around the 80th minute mark, maybe 77, somewhere around there. Look, Balde playing at right back, he did not go forward whatsoever. I don't even think he passed the final third for Barcelona at any given moment. I think he did make a few overlaps, but my God, he looked so uncomfortable there. You can just see it. He played it so safely, did not go forward too much, was barely ever doing an overlap for Ousmane Dembele as well. I think Xavi told him, you know what? Play it simple and defend for your life in this match. But you know what? Credit to him. He is playing out of position. I think he did okay. Not fantastic. I would try to experiment with something else now. Maybe try Eric Garcia there. Maybe Marcos Alonso there. We see with Alejandro Balde, you'll get something guaranteed. He will defend well. But then again, going forward, there wasn't much there. I don't know if that's Alejandro Balde himself or that was the instructions by Xavi. But overall for Balde, he did play left back for the last 10 minutes and also a few minutes as well in the second half when him and Jordi Alba switched for a bit. So overall for Balde, decent, average. I will give him a 6 out of 10. Into the midfield now, we'll start with El Capitano, Sergio Busquets in the pivot, and for me, Busi today will get a 7 out of 10. I think for the majority of this match, he did play well, was controlling the ball a lot, and I think every single pass was going right through him, played the full 90, and I think every time someone was in danger, they just give the ball to Busquets. I know he got a yellow card in this match, but I think he did receive a lot of fouls in this match as well. I think it's, typical Busquets performance, but I do think he performed a bit above that tonight. I think without him, this match would have been very difficult, and without Frenkie de Jong, of course, if Frenkie de Jong's there, maybe they could have been different. But I feel like Busquets today was very important. Again, everything went through him. I can't really give him a 6 out of 10. I think he did make that impact in the match tonight. I think without him, it would have been much difficult, but overall for Busquets, did what he had to do today, very strong in my opinion, and I will give him a 7 out of 10. Now, on the left-hand side in the midfield, it was, of course, Pablo Gavi, and for me, Gavi will be getting a 7 out of 10. I think on the ball today, Gavi was, average, so to speak, just like pretty much the rest of the team. But I think off the ball, Gavi was absolutely unreal. I think he ran around 11 kilometers in this match. Freaking ridiculous. He was tackling, sliding. He was this guy's engine on him. This work rate, you could say, is freaking ridiculous, and that for me is the main reason why he starts ahead of Frenkie de Jong, because Frenkie de Jong does have energy, but he ain't running around the whole entire pitch endlessly like Pablo Gavi. I think Gavi today, his work off the ball is what gave him his high rating of 7 out of 10. I think on the ball, he did go forward a bit, He did make some good passes as well. Didn't really lead to anything, but I think off the ball today, his work was unbelievable, and I will give Xavi tonight a 7 out of 10. And last but not least, on the right hand side of the midfield, it was of course Franck Kessie. You could say a bit generous. I will give Franck Kessie a 6 out of 10. I think kind of similar to Alejandro Balde. He was very, very conservative in this match. Of course, got a yellow card from preventing a counterattack, which is understandable. I think his passing was okay today. Connected well with Lewandowski, but every time he tried to connect with him, either the pass was too long, too much power, or Lewandowski read it late. I think in the defensive aspect of the game was okay as well, was defending well, but you could argue a 5, but I'll give him a 6. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of happy with these 3 points, but I think Franck Kessie definitely you could say were, top 2 worst Barcelona players on the pitch in this match. But I do think he performed averagely as well. So overall, I will give Kessie a 6 out of 10. Into the forwards now. We're starting with Ousmane Dembele at the right wing, and I will give Dembus a 6 out of 10. Again, like Kessie, you could say 5. I think him and Kessie were the 2 worst Barcelona players on the pitch, but not worse in a bad way. He was very, very isolated. Every time that guy got the ball, you had like 3 or 4 Mallorca players on him. I mean, he could not do anything. You could say, I think someone mentioned this in my live stream, that, oh, him attracting those defenders, this creates space for other Barcelona players. So you could give him, the work for that. But then again, that's not Dembele doing anything. That's more so instructions from Mallorca's manager to tell the Mallorca players to do that. I think he did have a shot in the first half as well that freaking probably went out of the stadium, to be honest. But other than that, he barely caught the ball in this match. He did have a good trick down the right hand side in the second half. He did pass, I think, Jaime Costa very well. I think he did a little nutmeg, but I can't think of anything else for Dembele. So I would say I am giving him a very, very generous 6 out of 10 in this match. Now on the other wing, on the left hand side, it was of course Ansu Fati, and for me, Ansu Fati will be getting a 6 out of 10 as well. Did perform better than Ousmane Dembele tonight in my opinion, because of course he did get the assist for the only goal scored. I feel like Ansu Fati, again, similar to Ousmane Dembele, was very, very isolated. Every time he got the ball, you had 2 or 3 Mallorca players over him. Did have some nice body feints, so of course create that goal for Lewandowski, but didn't really see him as an attacking threat. We did see Dembele once or twice go on the right hand side, put in a cross in, or show some threat. For Ansu Fati, didn't really see that. He goes down the left, cuts it back to Xavi, goes down the left, cuts inside. He had a few opportunities to shoot, and he didn't shoot, which I think was very, very annoying. But I think overall, defensive aspect of the match, building up the play as well, hold up play as well, I do think overall he did perform better than Ousmane Dembele. But despite that, I will give Ansu Fati tonight a 6 out of 10. And last but not least is, of course, the main man, the striker, RL9, Robert Lewandowski, and I will give Lewandowski tonight an 8 out of 10. You could also argue a 7, because then again, Lewandowski is there to score the goals, but I give him that extra 8 because I think his hold-up play today was great. Again, like Dembele and Ansu Fati, he was attracting a lot of Mallorca players, but again, he was running back and defending, holding up the ball, scored the goal, created a few chances, was kind of the leader of the team as well alongside Busquets. You saw him, rallying up the troops, applauding them, encouraging them alongside Busquets as well in this match. And I just feel like without Lewandowski, this match would have had a draw written all over it, or maybe even a loss. Him and Stegen for me were the top 2 players in this match. Take them out, and we would have been freaking useless. But again, for Lewandowski, I do think his overall play today was above average, and you could say very, very good. So overall for Lewandowski tonight, I will be giving him an 8 out of 10. Into the substitutions now. The subs were Pedri, Raphinha, Sergi Roberto, and Ferran Torres. To be honest, all useless. Pedri, I did not know, I forgot he was playing until he was through on goal and did that back heel instead of going for goal. Completely forgot he was playing. He did have a good turn as well, I think, in the final moments of the game in the build up to our free kick. Raphinha, non-existent as well, was going on the right hand side, losing the ball a lot. Sergi Roberto as well and Ferran both came on with like 9 minutes to go. They both, did nothing, although Ferran did lose the ball quite a bit, to be honest. But overall, all 4 subs to me will get a 6 out of 10. Absolutely none of them really had an impact in this match. And last but not the least is, of course, the manager, Xavi Hernandez, who tonight for me will be getting a 7 out of 10. 3 points, clean sheet. You can't really complain on the side of Xavi, but there are a few complaints. Firstly, of course, the performance was not up to expectation. Can you blame for that? I'm not quite too sure. He sets up the team and the tactics, so I guess you could say he has to take on some fault, but of course the players still have to go out there and perform. Secondly, on his substitutions, I think the subs tonight were not that great, and they weren't actually at good timings as well. He brought on Pedri and Raphinha, I think around 65-70 minutes, probably won that a bit earlier. Then he brought on Roberto and Ferran at around 77-80. Again, he probably won that a bit earlier, freshen up the team. And also, he did not use all 5 substitutions. He still had, some decent players on the bench like Eric Garcia. You could have brought in Casado, gave him a few minutes, Pablo Torre as well. But you could argue that those 3 players for Eric Garcia, rest him, and then Pablo Torre and Casado aren't quite ready yet. So I think he does have an argument for only using 4 subs, and then again did come back to him. There's a reason why we have 5 subs. Squad needs rotation. You need to rest players. They can't be playing week in, week out to prevent injuries as well. But I do think that tonight the blame cannot be, held on Xavi too much. He did get the result, got the clean sheet, and we walk away with, heads held high. So overall for Xavi tonight, I will be giving him a 7 out of 10. So that was my match review for Real Mallorca versus Barcelona in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing on the first is, of course, your thoughts on the performance, your manager rating, and your player ratings as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.